We're at OCP Global Summit 2024, where there's a lot of conversations happening on data center liquid cooling to help support the high rack power densities of accelerated computing and AI workloads. I'm Lucas Beran. I'm the research director at Dell'Oro Group, leading our data center physical infrastructure research, which is all the power and cooling infrastructure that supports the IT of a data center. As I previously mentioned, one of the big topics of discussion here at OCP is the topic of liquid cooling and how it's being utilized to support next generation accelerated computing infrastructure like the NVIDIA GB200 rack, where there's been a lot of announcements with rack densities pushing up to 140 kilowatts per rack. And that type of rack density isn't something that you can support with air cooling, hence the discussions around liquid cooling. And so the focus here has been single phase direct to chip liquid cooling, where the industry is scaling first to help solve these challenges with these high density racks and the heat demands coming from that. But there's also other technologies at play. There's some conversations around two-phase direct-to-chip liquid cooling for even higher TDP processors. And then of course there's also discussions around immersion cooling. And while historically this accelerated computing trend has taken a little momentum away from immersion cooling, those vendors are continuing to innovate, tackling the challenge of high TDP processors, advancing their solutions to continue to have a place in this market. And so that's something I see playing a role in the future of cooling high density racks, just potentially a little bit further down the road. So lots of exciting things happening, lots of innovation continuing in this liquid cooling space. So certainly, stay tuned to what's happening here, because there's a lot of changes coming. If you're interested in learning more about the research that I do at Dell'Oro Group, I publish quarterly reports and 5-year forecasts, understanding what the trends are in the industry and how that materializes in the numbers in the competitive landscape. And then also really excited that earlier this year I published a data center liquid cooling report, which has been well accepted from the industry, and excited to continue to do research on this data center liquid cooling space.